While the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles film is getting pretty good scores, older Turtle fans have said it's not terrible, but it's like a 6 out of 10 film. And one of the major problems we've had is April's redesign, since they put in such a tiny amount of effort with her overall. And the designer that worked on her has now come out and shown some concept art that just proves from the start it's like they wanted to make her as ugly as possible, and it is getting destroyed on social media. I have a few different things that I want to show off, but before we get into the topic, if you enjoy the content that I create, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. Follow me on social media so you can see when my content is posted, and of course, if you enjoy the videos and the live streams that I create, consider becoming a Dark Titan via Patreon or a supporter via YouTube memberships. Now, this tweet, like I said, has blown up. It is going kind of viral. James A. Castillo had posted this. The new TMNT film is out. The movie, when I joined Mutant Mayhem, my first assignment was to work on April O'Neil, no pressure. We tried making her relatable and grounded in the real world while keeping some of the details that make her so iconic. I personally love her in the film. Now, when I look at this April, there is absolutely nothing that screams original April to me. Even the tiny details that they tried to bring over and tried to keep that made her so iconic, like the yellow jacket, just look terrible. It's just not a good design overall. I mean, it is like they tried to make her look as ugly and frumpy as possible. And we've known that from, the trailers now, and now that the film is out, the content in the movie. But seeing these concept arts just are so bad. I mean, they really do prove that it's like from the beginning, they wanted to make her look vastly different. It's not like they even had something that was close to her original design. These images are truly nightmare fuel. I mean, these look terrible. There's just nothing about them. I guess the middle outfit looks semi-okay because it looks like a full, cohesive outfit, but look at the one on the right. I mean, the sweater is, ripped. It is fraying. I just don't know why anybody would look at these and go, wow, this is actually a very good new redesign. It's just not. The final product is not good either. And seeing some of these facial, drawings, it doesn't scream April or even TMNT in general to me. And of course, April is not the only problem that people have with this movie in general, but this post just highlights how people are upset with this film, this redesign, just Hollywood, and them attempting to remake and modernize the Turtles in general. And I will read some of these comments in a minute, but if you have seen the movie and you like it, I get it. That is perfectly fine. That's awesome. I'm glad that you ultimately enjoyed it. But this does seem to be a film that a lot of kids are enjoying, so maybe there is value in the movie, especially for people who are new to the franchise and haven't seen any of the other content. But this statement about making April relatable is complete BS. This does not look like April in any way, shape, or form, and yes, there has been a version of April in the past that was black, not the original one, mind you, but even that version of April that was black was an adult, a reporter, and had some femininity to her. I'm not trying to take away people's enjoyment of this movie. If it was good, that's good. If you liked it, that's awesome. But come on, this is not April O'Neil, and that's what this video is about. The fact that Hollywood thinks that this is a relatable character just proves they've lost the script. Why do you even need to create a relatable character in the first place when this movie has green turtles, talking cockroaches, and rats swinging around a city? It just doesn't make sense. This is fantasy, and as I've always said, if it's the character's qualities that should be the most relatable thing about them. April should be brave, caring, compassionate. What about being feminine or skinny isn't relatable? There's real women out there that are a normal weight, that have a larger chest, that have a feminine physique. So why can't that be relatable too? Only overweight, frumpy, ugly girls are relatable? That is a ridiculous concept, and I'll be honest, I've got to question the judgment of anyone who feels the need to add pronouns to their bio. As you can see, it says Emmy-winning director, character designer, he/him. I'm sorry, I don't trust people that put pronouns in their bios. I don't even want to, really trust the judgment of anyone who has to put pronouns in their bio. I feel like, truly, April is the only prominent female here, so they felt they had to do everything in their power to make her unique, which nowadays translates to stunning and brave and breaks norms, which of course means they've done everything for modern audiences. This new modern April, modern Splinter who hates humans, it's a new TMNT altogether, and I, like many other people, don't enjoy that. If creatives keep trying to make content for modern audiences, which don't actually exist, it's going to blow up in their faces, and let's be honest, it already has. There's so few projects that focus on modernity that are actually successful. And yeah, they are getting destroyed over these concept arts. People are saying things like, I can't relate to this. Ken does not approve of this low effort design. Was the color yellow the only thing you kept from the details that make her so iconic? Yeah, that's like the only thing is the yellow jacket, and it's not even a good yellow jacket. Looks nothing like her. Is this a parody? I truly wish that it was, but it is not. I mean, this is the new April. While keeping some of the details that made her so iconic, you seem to have forgotten some major details there, dude. Yeah, I mean, it's not April, and that's what's so sad. It's not like they took the original April design and just gave her some tweaks, slightly changed her outfit or something. That would be okay, but it's like they went, how can we make the complete opposite? And then that's the design they went with. And like I mentioned, this movie is doing relatively good right now. As you can see over on Rotten Tomatoes, the all critic is a 96, the top critic is a 90%. I typically do not trust critics because most of them are shills, but the audience scores are not far off. The verified audience is a 93, but the all audience is an 87%. So the scores here are relatively good, but again, this movie is doing well with kids, and that's great, but another major part of the audience are people with nostalgia, people who have known and enjoyed the Turtles for 20, 30, 40 years, so by making these changes, they are ultimately pushing some of that audience away. Those consumers, they need to show up and buy tickets for this film to make money, will ultimately say, no, I'll watch it at home, or I'll watch it at some point. I'm not going to go to the theater and support it. And even in this thread, there are a lot of people saying, I decided not to see this movie after we saw the changes that they were making to a character like April originally. So it just seems like overall, this movie, while yes, it is doing pretty good right now for audience and critic scores, there are still a lot of people that are very upset with it. A lot of people that are upset with, April specifically, and these character designs, these concept sketches that truly are just, again, nightmare fuel. I mean, who thought that these designs were good? And I'm sure that we are going to hear a lot more about April going forward. I'm sure that we are going to see a lot more backlash now that this thread is getting quite a lot of attention. But for now, that's all that I really had to discuss in this video. Let everyone know your thoughts in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed this and of course found it important and informative, make sure to give it a like, share it, and subscribe to the channel. And of course, if you didn't, make sure to give it a dislike. I appreciate your support either way, but I will talk to you all again in the next video really soon.